this setup works all right. We shall see. This angle's a little bit different. I think I'm gonna have to move it this way. So this is just trying out a new streaming setup on here. I've never done it on this particular device, so we will see how it works. Hopefully it works well. All right. There we go. Now you can see. Whenever people get in here, let me know how the sound quality is. Again, this is my first time using this particular device for streaming. Hopefully it's pretty good quality. Let me know how the audio is too, guys. Let's see. All chat. That's a little bit better. Excellent. Glad to hear that. live streams, which will help to increase viewership, because I should have a lot more viewers, given that I'm almost up at 11,000 subscribers now, so I think it's really just timing. And I have a lot of international listeners as well. Also, my fall lesson schedule is opening up. I'm starting to plan out what I'm doing in September. So if you're interested in handpan or rav lessons, I'm your guy. We learn to play through song rather than just drills. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I always appreciate your positivity and support the Pearl. That was very kind of you. Where are you from? Have an excuse to go down that way, so hopefully this spring and summer I'll be out that way. The grand plan is for a little bit of a Europe performance and class trip, which will be pretty cool. In upstate New York, I'm going to be playing a show there September 3rd and in October as well. And we'll have handpan and rav and mandolin as well. Again, this is a C minor Sonido di Mano. I don't sell instruments, but this one's a beautiful one, so you should check them out. Let me play another one on here for you. What song could we play? Try this one. This scale is really interesting because unlike a lot of instruments, it has the most sympathetic resonance I've ever heard on a scale. Notes, depending on what material and what instrument maker makes your instrument, there's a certain amount of sympathetic resonance between notes. So this one has a lot of interaction in a positive way between this note and the center note. So when I'm hitting the center, it's really activating this note right here. And I like that a lot. Some people don't like instruments that have sympathetic resonance, but I personally enjoy those a lot. So, all right. This song is called Ouroboros. This will definitely be on my next album, which I'll be going into the studio this fall to do. Again, any requests and questions, guys, please ask away. Happy to chat. Handpan or those who've seen it, let me know what you think of that bee video that I did the other day. I want to try to share a little bit more about what I do on the farm here with you, so we'll see if the audience likes it. And you're enjoying it. I'd love if you did that. And again, any questions, please ask. Happy to answer them. With a lot of these songs, I've played them so many times that I could play them in my sleep. That's the good thing about writing songs, is that it's easier to improve something if you have it memorized. I love improvising too, but I feel like you make quicker progress if you're learning pieces, or even if remembering your own phrases and working on through those phrases, because then you can really hone in on technique. Because it could be something simple to start with, and then you could build from it and add in fancy finger flicky things or whatever you want. That's kind of how I approach teaching the handpan rev, and also just playing. They make more than just one. Yeah, no, I think it's good to have a bunch of phrases and songs to work on. So, highly recommended. Oh, good. I can backspace here. You want to make one. You want to make a song, you were saying, I presume? Sorry if I missed anybody's chat. I'm still... Oh, yeah, I missed a ton here. So, David J., have you ever tried the AKG contact mics? I do like contact mics. I think when you're in a loud performance setting, if I was playing at like a festival, if I was playing at a festival, contact mics are useful because you'll never really capture the right sounds through a typical mic. I like the Octavia mic if I'm doing something on top of the instrument or on the sides. Oftentimes in my YouTube videos, I'm using an Octavia or a Zoom H6 with the XY mic. That does a really good job for in the field recordings. And I honestly like a less studio produced sounds and something that's closer to what it sounds like outside. But contact mics are great. The only downfall to contact mics, especially magnetic ones, is the finger noise. So you're gonna have to really dial down and kind of work with the levels to find the right treble and bass balance, because you're gonna hear a lot more of it. And as somebody who's interested in writing music and not necessarily just drumming, I'm trying to minimize my finger noise. So that's the only thing that drives me nuts. But that's true of any contact mic, whether it's a stick-on one, whether it's something that you're putting on a stand and doing, you're always gonna have to play around with that. But Zoom H6, yeah, absolutely use the XY mic. I find that about the distance that I'm away right now, that captures the sound quality perfectly. And I usually record it a little bit lower and then boost it up in post edit. I use Movie Studio Platinum. I don't know what version it is now, but that has a pretty good sound editing software. And Adobe Audition typically for sound editing. So, but it's minimal. I'm not really adding too much to most of my recordings unless I'm doing my studio album, obviously. So, yeah. Let me grab another instrument. This is again Sonido di Mano in C. Super beautiful instrument. They're cool too because they have this brass chrome, and I just cleaned it recently, so it's bright and shiny again. But as it ages, it has all of these crazy tie-dye colors, and I really like that effect. It's kind of like an ever-changing instrument in that regard. So, all right, let me grab something else. I'll be right back. All right, back again. So I grabbed two things. I grabbed a sunpan, which is a crazy instrument, which you've probably heard me play. I think I posted a video like a week ago with it. And also grabbed a Marmara scale. So this is a sunpan. Sunpans are crazy for many reasons. A, because they're attached together with literal screws and washers, which is kind of cool. B, I like the placement of the goo, because the goo is just this opening here, the port, another name. Because you can hold it and it's really easy to carry. Most of the time handpans have this sharp edge that either slices your hand, or if it's rounded, it's in the center, so they're kind of awkward to hold. So this one's fantastic in that regard. But it's tuned with just the octave. So usually notes have, on the x-axis, they have the octave of the fundamental note and the fifth. So that's why oftentimes they're shaped in ovals, because it's easier to tune the octave on one plane and the fifth on the other plane. This only has the octave, and this is what these handpans are known for. He's just one guy making them. He travels around, just a cool fellow, and is one of the earliest instruments aside from the hong that I ever heard. So I have an attachment to this sound, and it's very clean and kind of indescribable, but I love it. So it's a sunpan. Sound. It's one of those scales that wants movement, and it takes a different approach for me to play this one. So I've written a couple things on it, but I've only got it like 2 weeks ago. But I look forward to working with this one because it forces me in a different direction playing wise, which is kind of cool. So watching from North Carolina, yeah, it's very sparkly sounding. Very, very unique sound for sure. Thank you for watching from North Carolina, Julie Lee. I haven't been out there in a while, but I love the Blue Ridge Mountains, so I hope to be traveling out that way on my summer tour next year. That's on the list. All right, let's see if I can adjust this so that you can see my RAV. You can kind of see it. So this is a scale. I've said this before in videos, but the Marmara scale is just the Aegean scale, quote unquote, in the handpan world. And Andre, the maker of RAV, made this a really long time ago. This is a very old instrument. And he made it, thought it was too depressing, and it got put aside. So maybe 4 years ago, I've worked with RAV for a long time now, but probably 3 or 4 years ago, I heard from them, like, oh, we have an instrument that we didn't really like, but I was like, oh, I'll try it. I'd love to, any scale you're not sure about, I'm happy to give a go and see if it's any good. So I got it and fell in love immediately and convinced them to make it. So now they sell their Marmara scale because I fell in love with this one. But this was the first one they ever made, so it's kind of a special instrument in that regard. So here it is. Super unique scale. See if I missed anybody's comments. Nope, nobody. All right, I'm gonna play one more. Thankfully, my head is clearing up. I had a little bit of a head cold thing going on, but I think I managed to dodge it. So, all right, the last song. This is a song that was on my album Lux Natura, as well as the last song, with my buddy Aaron on mandolin. I wrote this at Revere Beach in Boston. A little happier sounding, not quite as melancholy. Or hopeful, maybe. This always reminds me of remembering like a summer memory with friends that you don't really have contact with anymore. Or that, like a really special summer that you had that you wish you could just hold on to that feeling forever. So that's where my head was when I was writing it. Does this song make you guys feel? Tell me when I'm done with it, okay? Last minute questions, feel free to write something and I'll try to answer it before I am done. Also, be sure to tell me what this song makes you guys feel. It has a very particular feel to me, so that's why I'm curious what you think about it. Chickens are in the coop behind me are Luna and Tulsi. they're both very broody from the summer heat, so they're attempting to hatch invisible eggs. I'll show you guys before we go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and being so cool. I always say this on all my streams, but I feel like I somehow ended up with like the coolest group of people as subscribers and followers, so I appreciate you guys. Hey Scott, how's it going? See if I missed any questions here. Sitting outside with the chickens. Melancholy. Yeah, I kind of get the same feeling. It's hopeful sounding. This scale is interesting because it's not one that's really good for percussion. If I were to hand it to a lot of my percussion friends, I think they'd be like, I don't know, I don't really know what to do with it. But for my purposes, it's great. So I'm very appreciative that I was able to bring it to the Rav world. All right, my friends, thank you for hanging out. This was a good test of my new recording setup. So I think I'm going to schedule a live stream for this week. Because I'm looking for some new students for the fall, I think I'm going to be doing it like a test lesson on here, or maybe do one of my lessons with some of my long-term students. Or at least a portion of it on here so people can see how they're done. I think that would be useful just for people to get an idea of what the process is like. But yeah, thank you guys, you're awesome, appreciate you. And let me see if I can take you to see Luna and Tulsi real quick before we depart. Any last minute thoughts, feel free to share them. I'll try to undo this thing from the chair I have it stuck onto, like that. All right. This is pretty stable, actually. So, nice thing. Thank you so much. Hopefully next year, this building right here is going to be available for retreats, which will be pretty darn exciting. Because I would love to be able to have people here to do some retreat work. All right. So, let me show you Luna and Tulsi before we go. There's Luna, and there is Miss Tulsi. Actually, since I now have something that I can walk around on, let me give you a little garden tour here. Not sure what this thing in the view of my camera is in the back, but I'll introduce you to my other chickens real quick, too. Aren't these hollyhocks super cool? Yeah, these ones turned out really well this year. We're getting a pig. I might try to, I don't know really how we're going to do it, but we're going to start taking in some rescue animals, hopefully. So I'm going to be raising funds for that in the near future. The tractor. These are my gardens, or some of my gardens. Got a ton of corn this year. It's just ripening. And this is our big chicken coop. Probably gonna lose service on here, so if I do, then I appreciate you guys. But yeah, this is our sleeping. All right. Hope you guys for hanging out, and I will do this again very soon. Stay well, guys, and have a good night. Yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful. I don't own this space. I rent a portion of it, but I am very, very grateful for living here. So hopefully I can share it with more people. Good night, guys. Stay well.